Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Rabbi Dessler. We are in the middle of inward acceptance, and we spoke about good intentions. And my question for you this morning is, what motivates you? What is it that gets you to do what you do? Why do you get up in the morning? So for some people, they're motivated by business, they're motivated by objects, they're motivated by all sorts of things, but there's very few people that are truly motivated by truth. And for Rabbi Dessler, the singular motivation we have to have is emet. This is what Harambam says, Oseh emet v'pnei shu ha'emet. I do what is true simply because it is true. The truth will set you free, as they say. Okay? What is truth? That's a good question. So we believe in an ultimate truth. We know that this world is a olam d'shikra. As a matter of fact, physicists today are proving more and more that this whole world is nothing but a simulation. It's not a simulation. It is not a tangible place. It is all a construct of the mind. And in the same way that that you don't actually see any color, your brain, the eyes don't see the color. The eyes will take in the photoreceptors in the eyes will take in the light, and then the brain will take it, and then like a large language model will make assumptions as to what the color and the shade will be, and it'll fill it in the gaps for you. This is why, by the way, when they take people and they put them in caves where there's no light, the brain so desperately wants to see things, you'll start hallucinating. It wants to see, the brain wants to see, so it'll create a picture out of nothing also. So the brain is just a tool, the eyes is just a vehicle to receive the light, the brain is what literally takes the light and converts it into an image, and that is an expression of the whole entire world around you. So this world is all on the shikra, it's a world of lies. And Rabbi Dessler yesterday said a person who's truly looking for truth, right? He's a person whose actions will lead them to accomplish amazing high level of spirituality. He says the person who sees the truth with the utmost clarity and wants nothing but the truth in his life is the one whose service is Lishmah. Lishmah means doing it for no other ulterior motive, but simply because that's the right thing to do. One who does not aim truth, but whose motives, when shorn of all disguise, are basically self-serving, his level of shelo Lishmah. In the realm of action, the outside observer may find it difficult to distinguish between these two. But in the eyes of Hashem, the former is already on the way of Olam Haba, while the latter is very far from this madrega. We're on the second page over here. We're turning over to page 36. So ultimately, we're talking about Shavuot, and we're trying to understand Rabbi Dessler. He's telling us that the idea of making a kinyan. We're talking about making a kinyan la Torah, an acquisition. We want to acquire Torah. How does one acquire Torah? He's saying like this: it doesn't matter if you see a guy like this all day in the corner, and he's got this, and he's got this, and he's got this, whatever. He's got it all. He's got it all, right? And he's just doing. The motivation is public attention, communal attention. I'm trying to disguise myself. I have ulterior motives. The only person that knows what's really going on is Borei Olam. I can't tell. Well, the question is, what motivates me? What motivates him? If his motivation is anything but, if his motivation is kavod, how many people, one of the most amazing things about the rabbis that I work with here, no one here cares about kavod. There's no one wants the limelight, there's no busha, there's just like a total chill. The rabbis get together, and we're like all on the same page, same team. There's no ego, no gava. It's the most amazing. For me, that's what makes this place so special for me. I've worked in so many places over the years, all kinds of rabbis, and each one is telling me who's tougher, who's smarter, who knows more than that. Never had a place where I could just literally sit and feel like I'm sitting with my brothers, like family. Mamash mishpacha. That's what makes this Bet Knesset so special for me. So we're talking about making a kinyan on the Torah. And in order to make a kinyan on anything, there has to be effort put on your part. But what is the effort motivated by? So he says on Shavuot, page 36, we have to work in order to receive the Torah. We have to struggle to acquire it in our own hearts. We have to appreciate its truth as unchangeable verities. Although during the Exodus, Israel experienced many miracles, the nation still harbored lingering doubts about Moshe's mission. Miracles do not possess the power to convince. Only when they heard God's voice at Sinai was doubt replaced with absolute certainty. So too, when we learn Torah today, and especially on Shavuot time, we can, if we wish, to still hear the same voice of Hashem. So, this is what he's saying. L'maaseh, end of the day, what is holding you back from totally letting go and giving yourself into Borei Olam? What's holding you back from totally letting go and saying, this is 100% true, no question, no doubt. And there's all sorts of things. I'd say that the greatest reason why most people, if they're honest themselves, don't fully give in is because they're afraid of losing themselves. I'm afraid of losing my identity, the fear of commitment, fear of changing, of letting go and giving myself over to something else. Because we're not saying in Judaism that you should stop thinking. But there is this point where you know something to be true, like let's say this room is pitch black, all right, and you're trying to get out and you're standing over there. You're going to go ahead and hit every single table on the way out, right? But if there's a flash of light in here and you have a picture of the room, you know how to navigate around the tables, right? So there's moments of truth in our lives where we know with certainty there's Borei Olam. You see precision, like the first pasuk in Bereshit, there's 6 aleph. So I'm just joking around. Anyway, there's certain things that you see in the world around you that represents like precision, right? I could tell you, like last year, I had a little bit of a financial challenge, and I had a deal that I was going into, and the guy says to me, "Listen, Rabbi, I'm so sorry. You're the last guy. You gave the smallest amount. Everybody else, I can't put you in this deal." It was going to be like a 21% return over 12 months. It was a nice return. I'm like, okay, whatever. He says, "But I feel so bad that I'm pushing you out. So instead, I'm going to put you in my deal, right? My side of the deal, and it's 35% over 12 months instead of 21%." Now, I did the math right away, because anytime you have business, not because I wanted to see how much money I was going to make, I was curious to see what the difference was between the 21% and the 35%. Now, the difference is exactly the loss that I had the month before. That's Yad Hashem. That's finding God in your world. That's literally seeing Hashem saying, "Here, I got your back, don't worry about it. You were worried, I got you, it's okay." And not that, at the beginning of the conversation, like, oh my God, not only did I have a loss, I have a 21% deficit, even more than I thought I was going to lose. But now it's like a perfect, not only it's a gain that even covers the previous deficit. This is what he means over here. He's saying that there are moments in life where you have miracles that happen for you, but that's not enough. The miracle, the saving, the splitting of the sea was not enough for Am Yisrael to believe. It's only when they were at Mount Sinai, they heard Hashem's voice, and he said, "Anochi Hashem Elokecha." That is when, Asher Hotzich Mi'at Mitzrayim, that is when Am Yisrael said, "I believe." Now the crazy part is, even that wasn't enough. Because we know what happens, weeks later, right, with the Chet Ega. It's not enough. So what's wrong? Now, ready? I've had the scoot of marrying lots of young couples, and Baruch Hashem, I married 234 young couples over the last long years. It's been a lot of fun. I feel very lucky to have that. And so I often tell couples, like the same way right now, I say to them, "Why do you want to get married? You're crazy. People get divorced, all these troubles, whatever it is." Like, no, we love each other. I'm like, "Oh yeah? Okay, well, you see the kind of clarity you have right now?" I said, "You're not going to have it the day after the wedding." The day after the wedding, there's going to be all kinds of this thing that comes called the Malach HaSafek, the angel of doubt. He comes along, you're like, did I make the right choice? Maybe there's somebody else. How do I know? Maybe you couldn't remember. Maybe I went too fast. I didn't see this. I didn't see that. You start playing the stuff that now, the marriage is final, right? No one goes into the chuppah by accident. Chuppah, people, either married or divorced, whatever it is, it's for a reason. Something has to happen out of that union. And therefore, there's going to be that moment of clarity before, and you lose it. The task of a human being is to be committed to your moments of truth. Are you committed to your emet? Are you committed to those moments of clarity? Are you committed to working through the challenge? And that's the only way to make a kinyan on the Torah. The only way to make a kinyan, I know I should be learning, but I don't. No, you got to push yourself to be learning. You got to push yourself to be praying. You got to push yourself to be part of a kehillah. Push yourself. You got to push. You got to fight. If you're not fighting, there's no struggle. What you're doing is wrong. There has to be something that's pushing you out. In a marriage, Bezrat Hashem this year, I'm going to celebrate my 27th Eliyah, my 27th wedding anniversary is happening this year. 27 years is a lot of time, a lot of good fights, but it comes from a lot of hard work. Not easy. Right? My wife's an amazing woman, but like all women, they're complicated. They're all very complicated. And the Ben Ish Chai was a complicated guy. The Ben Ish Chai would not allow people to walk in his house with shoes because the sound would drive him crazy. The sound of the heel touching the floor is very makbid on noise. No noise. I could wear my sneakers in the house. It's okay. Anyway, so the idea is that really when we find ourselves making commitments or having these moments of truth, you got to fight for it. So this is life or death from Torah. He says we can hear Hashem's voice, but we still have to absorb its message. The one sure means of absorbing it is to want to absorb it. A child can be coaxed to eat, but it cannot be forced to eat. I could trick you to do it, but not going to want to eat. If he is determined to reject this food he is given, he is on sure defense. He can spit it out, he can make it as a last resort, vomit it, and so on and so forth. Similarly, the accumulation of Torah in the mind without willing to accept it in the heart can be dangerous. This is a situation which could easily lead to rejection and rebellion, since the unpurified will resent and the demands inherent in the Torah knowledge. How many Jews today, after October 7th, don't know where they fit in to the story? How many Jews today are pro-Palestinian to take on the claim that Israel is the one committing the atrocities? I can't go to Israel because the Jewish people are committing a genocide, right? Our rabbis, because they're not committed to finding their truths. Our rabbis warned against this very danger when they told us that the Torah can be a life-giving, it could also be lethal. How can one conceive our holy Torah? Our life, right, and the length of our days. Orach Yamim. How could it ever be lethal? Rava said, it is life-giving to those who approach it with the right hand. It is poisonous to those who approach it with their left. The right-handed approach, explains Rashi, means to delve in it with one's strength and to be concerned with discovering its secrets. A person's main strength lies in his right hand. From this it follows that the left-handed approach is a half-hearted approach, where one's interest is not fully engaged. The half-hearted approach is dangerous, as we indicated above, because it can lead, God forbid, to the rejection of Torah. The way to acquire Torah, therefore, is to learn it in depth, with excitement and sense of discovery. In this way, we can learn to appreciate the sweetness of Torah, and this will penetrate the obtuseness of our hearts, the empty spaces, the uncertainty of our hearts. Once we've absorbed the Torah into our being, the Torah in its own purity will cast its light into the dark recesses of our heart. A base of purity will be established from which we can advance the ultimate goal, the achievement of Lishmah. You understand? Like, we're so removed from it. Like the Vilna Gaon, before he would write one halacha, he would fast for 30 days.
He was what?
He would fast. He would Shabbat Tzom, Mishul Shloshim Yom. Shela is why. So just write a halacha. You see, in a world where it's true, imagine right now, about 100% truth, no doubt, there is a God, infinite wisdom, infinite knowledge, who loves you infinitely, He created you, and He wants to give you good. And the only thing He wants you to do is learn about Him, become a better human being, emulate Him, copy Him, become godlike, do chesed. I would say a little bit differently. The reason why the right-handed approach represents chesed, if your Torah is filled with doing it above and beyond, chesed means no boundaries. If there's no boundaries on your desire to connect to Torah, then you'll have the deepest connection to Torah. The left hand represents gvura, boundaries, din. In that space, if there's boundaries to how you're going to build this relationship with Hashem, you're never going to get there. You have to be 100% all in, and in that space of being all in, Bezat Hashem, you and I, in 34 days, 34 shopping days left, my friends, 34 shopping days till Shavuot, to receive your midot and have a deeper connection to Borei Olam. Bezrat Hashem, tomorrow we'll figure out beyond the acquisition and more about how do we aim and achieve and reach that goal of greatness. Have a great day, everybody. Chodesh Tov.